Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to the midday show. How you doing? You guys know my name is still Ima, and I'm reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. So hi, how's your day going? Fine, I hope. Yeah. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Please let your friend know that we are here. Call someone, poke somebody. Let them know that we are here and we have started. Hi, Makira. Good afternoon to you too. How are you doing? How's your day going? I hope good. Guys, please do not forget to do the needful by liking this broadcast, sharing this broadcast, inviting someone. But let's start with the likes. And oh, yes, guys, please remember to also use the dollar sign to the right in the comment section to support us. It costs a lot to run this broadcast, I tell you. So please, 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 please support us. Hi, Taye Rose. How you doing? Welcome to this broadcast. How you doing? All right, guys. In the comment section, you have the link. If you'd like to join us, please do the needful by using the link on here. Thank you. All right, the link has been posted. So, guys, I am waiting for you to come on board. And in a couple of seconds, we will get right at our story. Hi, Brother Nice. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing? Welcome.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for having me. For real, your energy lighting up this program, eh? Ima,
Thank you.
keep up,
Thank
keep
you,
up,
Brother
keep
Nice.
up that, keep up that energy.
Thank you. I will. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Okay, while we wait for people to come in, Brother Nice, let's catch up. Let's catch up. So a couple of sometime last week, something happened. There was this picture that was everywhere. The picture had I'm trying to okay, I tried to get a good picture for that, but having to obey some rules on here, I don't have a picture to show for that. But there's a picture that shows Bola Tinubu and then shows some other aspirants there, but in the All Progressives Congress. Then you also have the picture of this man Oyakilome Worige. Yes, I hope I'm right. He has his picture there. Now, what came off as an endorsement of this APC, and that had traded for quite some time, and nothing. There was no reaction. He did, you know how something happens like, oh, I am not part of this. This is a propaganda. No, he didn't. He didn't come out to distance himself from that. And what the next turn of events that we would have would be days later we had Pastor Chris. He has this program he runs online. So one of those while at it, he went on ahead to suspend to no to remove him. Let's take the story. Let's take the story. Okay, the founder of the Christ Embassy Ministry, Pastor Chris Oyakilome, has suspended his nephew, Desmond Oyakilome Wogire, from his position as the president of the Love World Nest and Love World Innovation. And this would come, and he didn't come out to say because of his participation or his endorsement of this person. He just said for gross misconduct. For gross misconduct was what he said. And we know Pastor Chris to be a very disciplined person. Yes, I mean we will give that to him over time. We know him to when he comes out with with a theory, he sticks by it. And for some and he kind of knows his onions. If you look at antecedents, he is strong on his opinions and he brings facts and all of that. So yes, his reaction to that was very very stern, very very stern. And also last week we had a footage of Ben Ayade, the current governor of Cross River State, he was in church and he made donations to the church on behalf of himself, his government, and some other bodies in his government. He said instead of them coming out to give their donations one after the other, they came together and agreed on a figure, and he was presenting it, which came up to the tune of 25 million naira. And while the church were still applauding and saying, "Thank you, that is our governor," the bishop, one of the, I don't know if that's the only bishop, but one of the bishops in church came up and said, "I want to talk." When they gave him the microphone, he said, "Thank you for such generous offer, but whatever you want to give to us, put everything together and use it to pay salaries." Now, that's a twist. That's a twist. That's a twist from this is not a norm. Well, they don't make it every day to the papers. I don't, I'm not sure I've heard that anyone turned down money from government. So now that happened. Also, okay, 2 weeks back, yeah, I think 2 weeks back, David Ibiome of Salvation Ministries said to his people that if you don't vote wisely, uh, that you people are going to suffer. They will show you people win. In his words, he said that his members were going to suffer if they don't make the right choice this time around. He said, me, I have connection, I have affluence, I'm rich, I'm not going to suffer. Right now, you people not suffering. Am I suffering with you people? And the church responded saying, "No, you're not saying you. So you see, anything that happens, you people are going to suffer for it." Yeah, that that he said that even Anselm Adiboko said that also, that you people are better vote wisely, because if you miss it this time, if you follow party and do nonsense, you guys will pay for it heavily. Now, what has awakened this in our clergymen? Is it with the killings of Christians, the incessant rise in the numbers of killing, or you know they feel insulted, right? Insulted by the Muslim ticket, and can PFN, all of these bodies, they warned and said they don't want it, turn it down. So do you think this is them trying to show APC that they matter, or what could be? Yes, this is our topic for today. So yes, thank you, welcome back to Johnson Emmanuel. It's good to have you here. Come on guys, let's talk, let's chat. Mr. Pansat, welcome to the broadcast. Mr. Omori, it's good to have you here today. Brother Nice.
Good morning, Iman. Thank you for having me. It's always a
Yes,
pleasure.
sir. Same here, sir. Thank you. All right, Brother Nice, let's chat.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Yeah. Everything you just explained, I think is part of it. You understand? Because of the rise of insecurity, Muslim ticket, disrespecting the Christians. There's a lot of factors that add to that decision. Because before the church used to distance themselves away from politics. Some of them will take bribe from these politicians. They don't care about their future. They don't care about the 8 years that is coming. So, but now, I think the suffering of the masses, the suffering of the people, the church now understand that anything that affects the public will affect them as well. So that is why they are not thinking. They are not thinking right now. You understand? So all those are they are just the factors that play into the church, the way they think now, the way they try to advise their members to vote right and all that. So there's a lot of part of playing into that, because even the blind can see what is happening in Nigeria right now. So you cannot tell anybody what to do. So
All right.
that's just for that. Like Pastor Chris own that you just said, that is my spiritual father. I was in that program, following that program when he suspended. That is it nephew or
Nephew.
cousin, something like that?
Yes, nephew.
Yeah, yeah. So that's his nephew. I don't know, as a Christian, when you know the situation of the country, why will you
Yeah.
stand to support person like Tinubu? Meaning that you still want the country to be backward. So that step that Pastor Chris take, that action, I support that action 100%.
Yeah, it
If I
was nation.
if it
It
was
was commended nationwide. I tell you.
Yeah, if it was me, Seth, I would add red card to it. But it's okay. It's okay.
But a
You know,
nice,
me-
but a nice. You need to change your name.
I wanted to change the
Okay,
name. I wanted to change the name. Nigeria will say I should stick with this name.
okay, you stick with
And
it
Mr.
then.
Elvis, he said I should not change his name. So that's just the truth. And the other church that Mr. Ayede went to, and they refused. Kudos to that.
Right.
To that. Yeah, kudos to him for rejecting that money. He should go and take care of his people, pay salary in his state, not taking the money to give to throw it around. No, do the right thing in your state. You know, dignity is
Yeah.
very important. Have a good
Yes.
name. So throwing money around, this is not the time. Our leaders need to do the right thing. You know. So I thank God that the churches are waking up. I hope imam they will do the same too. And the people, with the masses, we still need to start to change our mindset. All those killing, court fights, and all that, they should just these things are giving us bad name, bad reputation. You know, we should start changing our mindset. Put Nigeria first. Pray for Nigeria, and let's put Nigeria. Let's make Nigeria a better place. That's just what we have to do. You know.
Thank you. Thank you for that, brother
Thank you.
Nice. Yes. And I think we are coming together to make Nigeria a better place. The kind of stories that you read out there, that's commendable. Things are happening. People are talking. People are waking up. People are knowing that, okay, I mean, for this government to do this is because we are this too. So if we want something different, we have to be different too. It cannot be business. I mean, these politicians are going about making donations left and right. This is about a good time to say, see, no, keep the money, pay salaries. You guys are, and a lot of the states are even owing so much. And yes, I should say, very highly, highly commendable. Kudos to those people, Mr. Mori.
Yeah, once again, thanks, Iman, for having me this morning. It's always a delight to be on your show. Listen to my greetings to my fellow panelists and our viewers across the globe. We cannot value them. We hold them in a very high esteem. The reason for
He say,
coming here every day to talk.
he say,
Yeah, without them, we cannot be talking to ourselves. That would be tantamount to insanity. When we begin to talk, nobody is listening. It will be sanity.
I
So,
agree. I agree, Mr.
yes, we hold
Mori.
them. We hold them dear. We don't joke with them. So we hold them the best, nothing but the best, and we cannot feed them with a falsehood or half truth. Having said that, listen to. I think I don't know if I came early enough, but I listened to suspension of Pastor Chris' cousin or nephew, the pastor that rejected this donation, and then what was the other one?
David David
Okay,
Ibiyomi
BMA,
coming
yes,
out to say,
yes,
yeah, he's telling his people,
yeah,
you
exactly.
need to vote right. Forget party, vote person this time around. If not, you now go, yeah, win.
Yeah, I listened to him. I was when I was, the guy is very, the guy, he's an orator, so he has a way of delivering his message with authority. So I was listening to him like, I'm not going to be part of your problem when you're suffering. You see,
Yeah.
I always,
And
I
that's
always
the
come here to
truth.
say,
And that's the
yes,
truth. That's the truth.
exactly. I think we are beginning to wake up. Like I said the other day on this platform, our leaders have never been our problem. They are the problem. But then there is a saying that people deserve the kind of leaders they get. I mean, they get the kind of leader they deserve.
You
You
deserve.
see, these people are not supermen. In the military era, we could blame the leaders because we were not opportune to make input. They came in by the barrels of gun, they seized power by force, they suspend the constitution, so the people are helpless. So we can forgive ourselves. But when it comes to democracy, when it comes to civilian administration, people are giving whatever the politicians are dishing out to them. I'm not comfortable with it. I've never been comfortable with it since I was 13. You know, we the so-called people we worship, it's only in Nigeria I see people worship their oppressors. They celebrate their criminals, worship our oppressors because it's our own criminal. Igbo man has his own criminal. Yoruba man has his own criminal. Usama has his own criminal. No matter how criminal minded you feel the person is our own. They know he's a criminal. They know this what with you. They accept with you this guy is a criminal, but it's our own criminal. So why the parties have their own criminal? So they have their own followers as well. The parties will tell you, the chronic, the addict party members will tell you, no matter what you do, they see politics as their foreign soccer clubs. The way they are glued to Man U, Liverpool, Arsenal, whatever. Whether they are losing, they are winning, they are there. They are fanatical in their support, which is not supposed to be. Now, people are beginning to see that the real power belongs to the people. I always say, the power of the people is nothing compared to the people in power. The people are more powerful than those in power. So, you are merely holding your power. You merely delegate them to, you delegate power to them in trust. They are holding the power in trust for you. So you are the master, they are our servants. Until we begin to realize this, our politicians will continue to take us for a ride. Amechi once said, they're doing what they're doing, they are stealing because we are not stoning them. This time around, we are going to stone them with our PVC. We're not going to use stones on them. So this is what you're seeing. This is the revolution that has started. Another person said recently, Oshomole said, they have gotten away with too much because the people are docile, because the people are subservient, because the people are gullible in their support, because the people are vulnerable. They have made themselves vulnerable. They are the mercy of the politician, which is not supposed to be. The politician is supposed to be at our mercy. If you don't do the work you are supposed to do, you won't be able to visit your home. You remain in Abuja. So until you do the needful, you must be on the side of people for you to remain relevant politically and otherwise. And this is the mistake we have been making. I said one time, I'm rewriting the book of Chinua Achebe. The problem of Nigeria is simply and squarely leadership. No, it's more of followership problem than leadership problem. So now people are beginning to wake up. This is the revolution you see everywhere. I salute the courage of the man. In a situation today we are in Nigeria, the economic hardship going on everywhere. If you could reject 25 million, it's not just about the money, but the will and the courage to do the needful. Even if it's just 1,000, it doesn't matter. But 25 million, look at the way he did it. Hey, first of all, you are my brother. We are from the same place. Thank you for the money, but pay your workers. He was sending a very strong message to that arrogant governor called Ben Ayade. Sometimes I feel it's not about age. We blame Atiku, we blame Tinubu. Sometimes some youths, the upcoming youths, if they talk to you, Ima, you will know we have a long way to go. I have a lot of them around the speaker of Edo State. If you talk to them, if you talk to the boys, upcoming boys, see, they are worse than the criminals we have at the moment. It's all about them. It's all about what to take. So, Ben Ayade is supposed to be one of the youngest governors we have in the country. But then, it's not really about the age. The guy has been so arrogant. You challenge him, he puts you in jail. He jailed Agba Jaligo for challenging his exuberance or executive rascality. He's not really behaving well. So I've concluded it's not about age. It's not about what you have to offer. It's about the political will to do the needful. And again, Chris Oyakilome, so like on the issue of Ben Ayade, some people came hard on the Reverend Father or the pastor, like, should have been more diplomatic, don't do it publicly. And I say, if it was a public offer, if it was a public gathering, if it was a public money, what is bad in rejecting it publicly? So I kudos to the man. I applaud him. That reminded me of what happened in Ghana. A certain politician came to his constituency with bags of rice, oil, and beans and everything. They gathered the youth and they thought it was business as usual. They rejected. They stoned the man back with his beans and rice. We are more than this. This is the wool you people have been putting on our eyes for too long. Our eyes are open. We are no longer willing to accept these beans and the rice from you. We need a job. We are educated. We need education. We need to, don't teach us how to fish. Don't give us fish. We need to be taught how to fish so that we can fish ourselves. You know, that was a strong message. And this is what all of us need to do. By the time we wake up like this, when we're united, the politicians will run away from us because we are stronger than them. Thank you very much. I will stop it there. If I have opportunity, I'll make my inputs. Thanks for
All
having me.
right, Mr. Omoroyi. I tell you, I've missed having you on the panel. I hope you've been well, and I hope to see more of you. Mr. Pansat.
Hi, Emma. How are you?
I'm well,
Long,
Mr. Pansat.
long time no see.
I tell you, Mr. Pansat, I also missed you too.
Hello, Mr. Molly. I can't see the name of. I think it was what is it? You were telling him to change his name. The other
Brother
panelist,
Nice.
Brother Nice. I like the name too. It's pretty nice.
Is he actually a nice man? That's another question.
His
Because we say
comments, his
brother nice, and
comments.
you're one of us. You must be nice to hear that name.
I will associate myself with the comments made by the two panelists who spoke before me on the Ayede issue. So I would like to, could I then use this time to talk about just something a little tangential to that issue, but related to it?
Okay, then it depends. Please don't dive us into politics.
Okay, so what is the other issue aside from Ayede matter? Because that's already
Okay, we
dealt
are
with.
not just talking about Ayade. We are looking at what the church is doing, things that are happening at the church. We talked about Pastor Chris
Yes.
removing his nephews, Pastor Daisman Oyakilome, because he did not, a few days after there was this poster, promoting the APC candidate from the presidential governorship, or all of that, and his picture was there, and it was there. So what came up as him endorsing them, and now this is a strong member. He's holding very tangible position at Love Word Incorporated as Christ Embassy. So the church had to come out to distance themselves from this man and even suspend him, so they know that whatever acts this person is carrying out, it is going to be on his own accord. Now, bear in mind that the church did not come out to say because it is this, but I mean, those speculations flew around because that happened few days after that poster, went viral on her. Then Ayade giving out 5 million naira in church, and the bishop is saying, take that money back and pay your workers. And then we have David Ibiyomi of Salvation, yeah, David Ibiyomi, he came out and he told his congregation that, see, you guys, if you don't vote for the right person this time around, if you follow party, if you sleep on this, you people would really suffer for another 8 years. You see, me, I will not suffer with you the way I am not suffering with you right now. I mean, that was true. Then I talked about Anselm Madukoko telling his members too that if you don't vote right, you people would suffer. So I mean, these people are coming out to talk, and they're not just talking. We are seeing acts from them that is not common, and that's applaudable. Now we are saying, what is bringing about this? Is it because of the state that the country is in right now, or is it because of the Muslim tickets? Did they take offense? So that's it. That's the chat.
Okay, I got it. That sounds like a good summary. Yes, the church is on the ballot, whether they like it or not. If they do the right thing this time, okay, God only helps those who help themselves. We see Catholic priests being kidnapped almost on a daily basis now. And this Muslim ticket is a slap on the Northern Christians. And it's a big deal. So anybody we know do the right thing this time, whether you be pastor, you be congregation, or whatever. Now him be say, you know, go they safe for your life now. They're on the ballot. And it must not be downplayed. Normally, the people, after so many weeks and months, even in the most advanced countries, they forget about certain issues. This is one that has to be on the hot burner. The Muslim ticket is a big deal, especially in the north. It's a disrespect to the church. So I support those who are trying to protect their lives by having their members make a choice. They don't have to endorse anybody. Can you hear me? Could you hear me? Emma?
Yes,
We can
Mr.
hear you loud
Pastor.
and clear.
Okay. So this is not an issue of the tenets of the religion. So that's a big difference whereby somebody is saying, hey, look, you have to accept the Lord. And if somebody doesn't accept the Lord, then don't vote for him. No, that as a Christian, I'm also against that. But that's not what the church is doing. It's not tenets. It's a matter of, let me see, the section 14, subsection 3 of the 1999 shambolic constitution that we have. The federal character. Christians have to belong to the country. So it's constitutional, it's political. It's not tenet of religion. It's not about the Lord Jesus Christ, whom everybody should accept anyway. But you don't have to accept the Lord. But you do have to have Christians feel like they are part of the country. That I support. And that's what the church is doing. Some people are going to try to malign it to be like it's against Muslims. No, it's not against any religion. It's a matter of them feeling like they're part of the country. So I support those who are going to the churches and making them feel welcome, stopping this kidnap of priests, and in some cases, massacre in a church. Some call priests gain access to a church and kill. So anybody we know do the right thing for this election. You no matter if you be priest or you're a Nigerian. You have to help yourself before the Lord helps you. You want to make sure that those who picked Muslim ticket or Christian ticket or pagan ticket, that they are rejected at the polls so that we can move forward. Earlier, one of the panelists was talking about the progress we're making. It's been leaps, believe it or not. It's been leaps. Nigeria is making a huge progress. I was in another forum the other day and I was talking about two things. One, in those days when there was, I would try to avoid the word killing, that kind of thing, so that YouTube doesn't flag you. But when there was a violence done in the southeast, for example, then in the north, that'd be reciprocal or even worse, just revenge. You don't have that going on right now. Those who count on those kind of things, they're passe. When there's violence in the southeast, like we heard about the unfortunate killing of, the word killing. But anyway, the unfortunate incident of 8 people losing their lives in the southeast, it was condemned, but the Nigerians were yearning to find out what happened here. There was no violence being done in the north to reciprocate. So that's one area that we're making progress. And of course, in this campaign of Obi and Babadati, it's showing from what I can see that there's growth in the area of good people coming out trying to do the right thing here. So Nigerians, I have to give you a lot of kudos this morning. Keep it up, and we're going to be all right next year.
All
Thank you.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Mr. Pansat.
Thank you.
Guys, this is an appeal to you. Do you are you not having a good time on here? I know you are, because we all are. Please do the needful by liking this broadcast. Yes, please like the broadcast, share, invite someone, and let's have a good conversation. Let's have different opinions on this and different reactions. So please share, invite someone. The link is on there in the comment section. The link is on there in the comment section. If you'd like to join the conversation, please do the needful by being on here. Justin Manuel says, even native doctor tickets. Una no serious. No, Justin Manuel, that's taking it too far. I don't think it will get there, but yeah, guys, please do the needful coming into the studio. Come on in and let's talk, guys. Come, let's reason together. I'll also take this message from the comment section, and this from Mommy Diaspora says, the reason why we are where we are today is because we as citizens have not been participating in the affairs of our nation. That is the reason why the wicked men have been in seat of authority till date. Where is the lie in this? We have been putting on the garment of I don't care. Thank God we are awake now. We are saying enough is enough. Together, we are taking Nigeria back with our PVC. Power belongs to the people. That being said, Mr. Collins, how you doing? Happy New Week. I didn't see you earlier today. How you doing, Mr. Collins?
I am doing fine. I was listening to you the other show when you the earlier one, so I didn't want to come in. I just want to let me step aside and be listening. You know,
All right.
if I said how beautiful you look, Mr. Kennedy will come after me. So I don't want Mr. Kennedy to come after me. You understand?
Okay, Mr.
Happy New
Collins.
Week.
It's good to know you're fine. Happy New Week, sir. Thank you
I
for
thank
being
God.
here
God has been
today.
faithful. We thank God. And
Okay.
for me, I want to also appreciate other panelists and also people who also listening as well. I wish everybody a happy week. About what we are discussing about, like our brother just finished talking about, like even the last speaker too. Both of them spoke well. I understand everything they said. What is happening in Nigeria is not a new as in is a new thing, because when you see things happening this way, it shows you that people have started to waking up. People have started to realize that we can't be leaving this country for people to begin to run it. So we have to come out, because if you allow people to begin to continue doing the way they are doing it, it's going to affect us like it's affecting everybody now. So the best way for us to do is to counter it and also come out mass as in come out fully and make sure that at the end of the day we put, because once you put the right people in power, trust me, everything will function in Nigeria. It's just that we don't have the right people. Once we get the right people working for us, trust me, you see Nigeria functioning very well like every other country. Just that when you look at Nigeria, where you have professors, PhD holders, everything masters, then you come out and see people who is in the lead, as in who we elected as our leaders, not even to that kind of level of becoming leaders. So what do you expect from them? They won't do anything until you begin to elect people, credible candidates, people who can come and know the reason why they are there, people who are coming and understand that they are here to serve their people, not for their own self. You see Nigeria working. Until we get to that stage, trust me, Nigeria will start working. I was looking at the this thing you're talking about, the pastors. I think that's encouraging people a lot. Even you saw the other video, the young man in Delta State that rejected the appointment from Okowa. There was a young man who rejected the appointment from Okowa. You understand? So he rejected the appointment because after the whole campaign, because the
Um,
guy was
Mr. Collins, please just 1 second, right? Please,
okay.
just 1 second. Mr. Makirabo,
Yeah, hello. Sorry, I was on break. Look, continue now. My break is over. I have to drive. I'm very sorry, but next time I will contribute because I will be listening, but I cannot talk now.
all right, Mr. Makirabo, thank you. Have a good day then.
Okay, bye.
All right. Okay, Mr. Collins, thank you for that. Please go on.
You're welcome.
Thank
I
you.
said you saw the video in Delta State, the guy that rejected
No, no, I didn't see that.
ser-
I didn't see that, but
serious.
that's good.
You are really
That's good.
missing, you know. The guy rejected the appointment. The guy rejected the appointment by Governor Kowa. You understand? Because he was the leading person who is leading the campaign, P2B campaign in Delta State. So after the whole thing, the governor invited him, give him an appointment. You understand? So the young man
Okay.
rejected the appointment. You understand? Because he
Hmm.
appointed him as a essay to the governor. You know, essay to the governor, something like that. So the guy rejected it, say he don't want it. So he keep wanting supporting P2B. So
So
that
so that means you commend Pastor Chris for that move.
yeah, of course, because now people are started to do the right thing. I think when you see,
Right.
because maybe who know, because somebody may see what Pastor Chris did, like what that guy did, like what the Reverend Father did. It will also encourage other people. You understand? To also keep doing the same thing, because if people offer you money, then you have, because you already see people rejecting. You can also come to you and say, okay, if these people are doing it, I should also do the same. You understand? So, and that boy on really makes me feel like, okay, that means we still have young people in Nigeria who even still believe in this thing so much. I don't even believe what money can do to them at this moment, because that appointment worth everything, which every young man can jump into. So for that kind of guy to reject it, shows the area, the level people are willing to, the sacrifice people are willing to make sure that this Nigeria start functioning again. So for me, I think that is something. It's a welcome idea. And another thing again, looking at the one that happened in Calabar, also give me joy. The rally that happened in Calabar gave me joy. When I do follow
and
a lot.
and and all of this 1 million man march, 2 million man
Yeah,
march, they are being organized by young people.
young
they
people.
just
Yeah,
they just meet up on Twitter, then they form a group on WhatsApp, and they
yeah.
just shoot. And
And
yes, it's really encouraging. It
look at
is.
the
And
one now.
these are people
There's
here in Nigeria, not the diaspora.
yeah,
Even you have good number of them here traveling. They
travel. Yeah,
don't necessarily. I know a group of people who are here in Lagos, and they are planning 1 million march in other states.
yeah.
And I'm like, so you people will go there. I really,
That's
wow,
even
that's
the
really
one now.
amazing. I
The one
tell
now
you.
is a challenge now because they are now is kind of a fight between the Kaduna and the governor Erufai. People are challenging that because he kind of make a joke, that it's not they're not going to be 200 people coming out for P2B 1 million march. So now people are saying they are going to challenge you. It's no longer it's going to be 1 million, it's going to be 2 million, as in they are going to surprise him. So they are going to surprise him to make it 2 million. So
All
I
right,
see,
Mr.
I see
Collins,
people taking
please
up that
let's
challenge.
not talk about let's not delve into politics, please. We'll do that later in the evening. Let's stick to the topic.
Yeah. So for me, I don't have much to say. I don't have much to say. So
All
it's
right,
just that
Mr.
I'm very happy
Collins.
when I see things happen back home. So I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, yes, and this is good. This is good. So yes, let's have a good time talking about this. Thank you for that, Mr. Collins, and it's good to have you on this broadcast. Let's take this comment from Anthony. Hi, Anthony. It's good to have you on this broadcast, right? Thank you for tuning in. Anthony says, I think the top bishops and pastors in Nigeria should denounce Tinubu and co for renting fake bishops. The Muslims across Nigeria would have burnt down all the churches and any Christian presidential contestant rented fake affairs to pose as counterfeit Muslim clerics. Oh, we know we could have extremists. Yeah, I know we could have extremists, but I think we still have some churches standing. I think so. See, I don't know, but I think there are some things you can't try in other parts, right? There's some things you just can't try in other parts. Like when I saw the Sharia bill, the Senate are coming to say no, Lagos Assembly are coming to say no, we did not pass. They say, you people cannot even pass Sharia in this Lagos. Is it this Lagos? Let me not call Lagos other names, but there are some things that just cannot happen in some places. Um, but nice. I'm coming back to you. Anthony said something quite profound. Do you think people? I know. I think these people are already doing so. No, I don't think so. You attend Christ Embassy, or rather, you have Pastor Chris as your spiritual father. Do you also attend Christ Embassy?
Yeah, the first Christ Embassy. I'm and my friend are the one that opened the first branch in Dublin here in Dublin in Ireland.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing how invested you are in the things of God. Kudos, that are nice. Okay, so I wanted to ask, as your pastor, come out to declare a candidate at this point.
Yeah. You said what?
Your pastor, your pastor, uh, has he come out to declare a candidate at this point?
Pastor Chris?
It could be Pastor Chris. It could be the resident pastor or the head pastor of your assembly. But I mean, on Sundays, like on Sunday in church, the pastor said, "Okay, you guys, we are all going to be obedient and we are going to be very useful to the nation of Nigeria." Even if it is just that line, everybody already knows what that means. So I'm saying, do you have that at your own assembly as your? I mean, even pastors should be endorsing. The other time I wanted us to talk about why the Redeemed Christian Church of God has not come out to say, okay, this is who we want. Like when Peter Obi went to the church, I think last week Sunday, as you guys know now, that man goes about with so much happiness that he distributes to thousands of Nigerians. So the people were clamoring and clapping and clapping and clapping. And the moderator, or maybe pastor, but the woman that was leading the service or anchoring that particular section went on air to say, they are clapping for Jesus. No, ma, they're not clapping for Jesus. They are clapping for Peter Obi. They are happy to see him. So I just feel some churches are like big churches. Some of them are not coming out to say these things, but they are indirectly saying it. Why? Why do you think that will be? That's what I'm asking your church, your pastor. Have they said anything like, this is who I'm voting for? Something like that.
Okay, okay. Let me just give you like my head pastor here in Dublin in Ireland. So there was a service we were in a Sunday service. So after the service, so he wanted to pass some information. So what he just did, he said, if you want a better Nigeria, for me, I've chosen who I want to vote for. He said my PVC is with me, and I'm going to vote Peter Obi. He said, if you want a better Nigeria, you need to know who you have to vote for. That is what he said.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least he declared a candidate, and that's it. Okay. All right, brother. But what's your reaction to the fact that they are not coming out to say vote this person? You know,
Yeah, the
or
reason why
would
they
you
don't.
would you expect that at this no? Would you expect that at this point? That I mean, let's all get involved to make sure, because if you don't do it, if you don't do it, I mean, some other person is going to. So if you know that you mean well for them and it's not a selfish
You,
interest, should churches not do this?
and
Johnson, I'll
you
take your
know,
comment later. Please
you
go
know
ahead,
the,
sir.
the yeah the reason why they don't want to go direct. They don't want to impose someone on them. People have their choices. So they don't want it to look like they are imposing their own candidate on the rest of the people. So the only way they can send a message to them is just to tell them that if you want a better country for yourself, choose the right person. For me, I'm choosing the right person for me, and I want a better country for myself. So it's a message that you don't need to translate to every adult, even a child can understand that. You understand? So without imposing the candidate on you.
Even if you're not imposing, but sensitizing people clearly, speaking clearly, I just feel that, okay, brother, nice, let me not put you on the spot again. Let me move to someone else. Unless you do not mind answering this, because it looks like you're
I
having
don't
a
I
cash
don't
out
mind. I
conversation.
don't mind. Just
Okay,
ask the
but
question.
I need you to even understand where I'm coming from. Sensitize these people. See, if you are going for this person, this is what this person has done over time. If you are going for this person, I think we should go for this. I know I just feel like with what is happening right now, let's not leave people to their discretion. If people had the guts to vote Buhari again after what happened in the days of our fathers, and they still clamored for him, and however way he won the re-elect the second term, I mean, we are here. So should we not do something unusual by making sure we drive home the message?
Okay, let me give you an instance now. Do you see what Pastor Chris just did? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Don't you know that indirectly Pastor Chris is telling his member to vote Peter Obi?
I do. No, I do
Uh-huh.
not know, but I
So
no,
there's
I
a
do not. Wait. Let me be very clear. I do not know, but I know that he is not in support of APC for sure.
but let me just tell you now, as a member of that ministry, Pastor Chris is telling the members to vote for the right person. That is the message he sent there. Even though you don't want to tell it at the public telling. That's all. It's a very
All
simple
right.
message to everybody. All the embassy member, we get the message.
Okay. All right, brother. Nice. Thank you for that. And thank you to Mr. Mark Kirabo. Thank you for taking out time out of your break to join the broadcast. I'm sorry if you had indicated earlier, I would have given you a slot, but thank you. And thank you for the donation, Mr. Mark Kirabo. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you very much. Have an amazing week and have a good time at work too. Wish you a safe one. So thank you very much. I want to take this few comments from Johnson. Justice says religious leaders should not have business with politics. It is not a good idea. They have to remain neutral like traditional rulers. But in those days, in the Bible, it was the priests that were ordaining kings. So how is it now that our priests do not get involved with our with who
I
gets to rule
sorry,
the nation? I
sorry,
think
Miss Ima.
that's just a lie we tell ourselves. Yes, brother nice.
Yeah, that person that just said that thing there. I think I don't know. I don't want to use some words on him. It's very wrong. What he just said is very wrong.
You
You
don't agree
understand?
with it, right?
I don't agree with him at all. So it's very wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying now. That in those days, the priests were in charge. I think in short, that's why we even get it very wrong. Because I mean, it takes the priests would have to hear from God or the cry from the people of who they want, and all of these things happen. But now, the church are not getting involved, or the church are not bold to come out and say, "Yeah, I think okay." Some other person down here said something like that. I hope I can pronounce your name. Okay, Jono Jono Che says most of our pastors are cowards. That's why they will not come out publicly to speak out and say my mind and say their mind. Okay, that's the reaction from these two people. Mr. Moruyi, let's have your own reaction to this.
Yeah, Ima, pretty Ima. Thank you once again. Was that coming from Jose Emmanuel that pastors should not get involved in politics?
Yeah, yes, that was
Okay.
from
I
Johnson
don't know how we
Emmanuel.
can bring that young boy to this platform one day so that we can rub minds together. The other day it was just on the comment section. Like blasting people unnecessarily, people that he doesn't even know. You run away, you're in politics, you're taking our money, you're enjoying America. You don't tell people like, come on board and let's have a discussion. Let me tell him this morning, politics is an ubiquitous phenomenon. Ubiquitous phenomenon. Let him write it down. When he gets back home, get his dictionary and do his homework.
Mr.
Politics is
Mori,
everywhere.
Mr.
The
Mori,
civil, eh?
please, for my sake, tell us the meaning of that.
Okay, ubiquitous phenomenon is it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Ubiquitous is it's everywhere. It is anything you do. It's everywhere. It's in anything you do. Even in your family.
All right,
Your
all
politics
right.
is there. The civil rights movement in America that led to the black man first time in history that brought. When Martin Luther King was a bad guy, he said, "I've been to the mountaintop. I might not get there with you." But he was prophesying his death. But that did not stop him. That gentleman wasn't just an activist. Let me, Emmanuel knows that Martin Luther King, he was a reverend. He was a reverend, actually. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. was a reverend. So he wasn't just an activist you pick on the street. He wasn't a pagan. He was a reverend. And yet, he led this most serious and most fruitful civil rights movement in the world. So to say, do you know politics affect everything you do? After God, this politics. Those that actually have the power here. God is up there for everybody, for the good, for the bad, and the ugly. But politics, political power is what rules the world, the earth. So for you to say church leaders should not have anything to do with politics, I don't know. If he can come here one day, he's entitled to his opinion, so that we can have a robust discussion. We can learn from him. He too can learn from us. The situation we are is a critical moment. It's beyond just sitting behind typing one or two things. You are entitled to your opinion. But politics is everything you do. If the church has a large circle of influence, so they are opinion models. People are looking up to them. People listen. Somebody said religion is the opium of the masses. Some people, some wives, listen to their pastor more than their husbands. Some children listen to their pastor. They believe in their pastor more than their parents. So whatever comes out of them, it's not everybody that's even qualified to be called a pastor. They have to be scrutinized. If I am opportune, that is one thing I would do. I will set up a scream body. You don't just wake up and say God has called you. I wasn't there when God called you, because the people you are influencing, people are listening to you. You're an opinion model. You're supposed to be a role model. You have a large circle of influence. It's not everyone supposed to jump on the pulpit and just spew things out, because they believe in you. They see you as the representative of God on earth. So when you are talking to them, this is why you see some people can tell anything they go through to their pastor, in confidence. Whatever you cannot tell to your father, to your mother at home, whatever you cannot even tell your friends, sometimes you see yourself telling your pastor, because you feel this person will be able to advise me based on inspiration from God. But unfortunately, not everybody has that today as we speak. So to say they should not dabble into politics, I don't know what you mean by politics. Politics is an ubiquitous phenomenon. It's all about who gets what and how. And when? What is wrong there? That is the shortest form of definition of politics. Who gets what, how, and when. So, if you must be given something, if your road in your area must be tied, if there must be constituency project in your area, if you must have light, if you must have freedom of movement, freedom of speech, if you must have freedom of association to go to your church, to go to your job, if you, these things are embedded in politics. So, what in which other area we disperse or speak, if not in politics? So they have been so docile for too long, and most of them have been so selfish for too long by taking money and aligning with the corrupt politicians. Now that we are beginning to wake up, I think this is the revolution we have been calling for. When we were marching from your Georgia to Yaba with Oshiomhole under NSC, some people will tell us you are wasting your time. Oshiomhole is going back to collect money to fill his pocket. When we said there should be no fuel increase, when we said there should be no school fees increase, they are all in politics. If you're not in politics, you cannot do much. The power of the politician, the power they have, the power of the people, you surrender it to the politicians sometimes, and we are not able to checkmate them. So there is no better thing to do on here than politics. That I'm just talking to that gentleman so that he knows. He should know what he done. An ubiquitous phenomenon. It's about who gets what, how, and when. So I don't see that as a crime. If politics define what you get, how you get it, and when you get it, I mean, it is the best thing we want to. We are political animals. Thank you very much. I don't want to take more time. I have a lot to tell that gentleman. If he can have the courage to come here, let's all discuss. He will learn from me. I have a lot to learn from him too. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Omorigi. Mr. Pansat, what do you think the place of the church is, or do you think the place of the church in politics is relevant?
Yes, I do. And let me adjudicate the matter between Mr. Chief Omoroye and Emmanuel Johnson Emmanuel. Clearly, Mr. Omoroye outclassed him in that particular debate and defeated him, even though his writing, I'm reading his writing on the comment section, and he's wrong about that. Mr. Omoroye gave him the definition of politics as a ubiquitous phenomenon. I agree with that. Everything you do is politics. Apparently, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel probably believes that politics is seeking a political office, but that's not the only thing that politics is involved. Right now, a pastor can, in his service, talk about the poor communication between government and the society as a problem we have in Nigeria. He could talk to the people in the pews and tell them the importance of having a good communication between government and the society, or the corrupt leadership we have in the country. It could be in his sermon, and he can dig it out from the Bible where it talks about stuff like that. The changes of our administrative policies could be in his sermon. On the development of human resources in Nigeria. Most of the problems facing Nigeria, especially the economy, are a direct reflection of that bad quality of human development and resource in our country. A pastor could pick out in the Bible verses that talk about market monopoly by government in Nigeria, increased crime, the effects of it, what causes it, the high rate of unemployment. You could find it in the Bible. The poor educational system we have in the country, all these things. But like I said earlier, the issue that the church, Nigerian churches, they're ubiquitous in the lives of Nigerians as well. Not just politics being ubiquitous. The pastors themselves are ubiquitous. The churches are in every corner. So to land it properly, we have to understand what's in the ballot this time. I said earlier, it's not the tenets of a religion. Tenets are what a group of people come together, and that's what makes them believe in what they believe. A certain tenet for Christians will be that the Lord is our Savior. The Christ died for our sins. Okay, so some other religion may not believe that. Let's say the Muslims don't believe that. So that's not what's on the ballot. What's on the ballot is what I cited earlier. It's the doctrine of our in the Constitution that talks about everybody, the country being for everybody. Do you understand what I mean? So I hope you do. That's section 14, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution talks about the federal character doctrine. You can't have just one area, because in Nigeria, region and religion are almost synonymous. Okay, they're almost synonymous. In essence, if you talk about please, Mr. Mori, could you mute yourself? I'm getting a feedback. Okay, so the Christians have to be considered a part of Nigeria. You can't have Muslims ruling the country. So the northern Christians were supposed to get that slot. So it's their right now to exercise their civic responsibility of protecting themselves, voting. That's what's on the ballot. It's not the religion as far as tenets are concerned. So we have to make that clear to Mr. Emmanuel. Now, I've seen him on many forums be anti anything progressive in the country. Okay, he's always nitpicking. So it'll be good for him to show up and air his views thoroughly. Let me just read what he's saying. He says here, Pansat, ha ha ha, are you serious? What class? What on a relax? I just they respect Niger Watch, something like that. But look, that's okay to respect Niger Watch, but if you're going to make comments, you have to defend it. Come here, you may be right. Why do you think that Christians should let Muslims rule them like slaves forever in light of what's going on? Even if they were ruling well, they come in and they're doing everything properly. They're not allowing terrorists to go into churches and massacre them. They're distributing things, including political posts, equitably. Okay, you go to the north. For example, this APC has been in power for almost 7 years. Can you name 5 Christian APC in the leadership? You can't. That's actually 1. So that's what's on the ballot. And for you to sit in the chart section and monopolize it and just keep talking nonsense, I don't know why. Come on here, talk. We're gonna hear you out. We're gonna respect you. You're not going to disrupt Niger Watch because the host can remove you. And I know Emma is quite capable of controlling the forum. So don't chicken out. Come on board and let's have it out.
All right, Mr. Pansat.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Mr. Collins, are you back? If you have, please unmute your mic so I know you are here. Otherwise, I'll move on to Mr. Walter. Hi, Mr. Walter. Welcome to this broadcast. How are you doing?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Please, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Warri, Delta State.
Yay, my brother. How far?
I'm fine.
Have you here. So let's have your reaction. Have you been following, or you like a recap?
I've been following, but yesterday it was the first time I spoke with one of the coordinator last night about, you were talking about politics to obedience and some other things.
No, we are not necessarily talking. We are talking about pastors here today.
Yes, I followed okay, for about 20 minutes now.
Okay, so you have a hailing right there from Anthony. All right, let's catch a reaction on this. The things happening right now.
Yes, let me just start. Let me react towards what that Emmanuel, that Christians should avail themselves to stay out of politics. It's not right, especially our situation here in Nigeria now. I don't want to be religious, kind of. I'm a Christian, but I just want to be fair. You know, what is politics? If you define politics, it's just about the activities of governing, leading people. In the house, there's politics. Even as siblings, there's politics. As family, the father is the head of the house. There's sometimes you want to make some kind of menu there. Hello?
Please go on.
Okay, sometimes in the house, in the family, you want to have some kind of, you want to make a menu. They will ask, what kind of food do you want to eat? They sometimes they do some kind of democratic expression there. Someone say want to eat rice, someone say want to drink a akamu, someone say want to eat beans. Because they say, okay, let's just do some votes. That's politics. You know what? In Nigeria situation now, I blame the pastors, even the reverend fathers, if they can hold on to the powers they have. What is happening now will not be. I'm blaming the pastors more than the politicians in Nigeria situation, because some of them have shaken out, some of them have received a brown envelope. They cannot say the truth. Because of that, the people are suffering. It's not enough to say come and do all night. You go to, okay, for instance, in China, there's no church there, but the laws there keep everybody okay. Here in Nigeria, we still believe in church, and the pastors are not telling us the truth. They make us come to church every Sunday, now every Friday. So some area now, every day you go to church, you pray over what you can do with your hands. Change you can make, you put it in prayers. It's not working like that. There's saying in Israel, you walk as if there's no God, and you pray as if without your prayer, things will not work. Here in Nigeria, okay, they say a Muslim ticket. I remember Khan warned them that anybody who follow that step, Muslim ticket, we will not support them as Christians because of some things happening. They are massacring people, killing people anywhere. Do you think if the head of state is a Christian, a true Christian, do you think those people killing people now, they won't be persecuted? Today, have you heard anything? They are not saying anything. They'll just announce in the news that they apprehended them. They killed some yesterday. Now they just said they killed some persons, some bandits. They just show some motorcycles. Where are the people? Who are they fooling? So if a Christian or if I were to be a pastor, I will come out to tell my people, if you vote against the church, God will punish you. Simple, because God is not happy with the Christian they are killing. They'll say, who died, we go to heaven. Can't we enjoy our heaven here? In the Lord's Prayer, there's heaven here in the Lord's Prayer. But today you leave them, you let Muslims rule us. They will rule us based on their belief. Because they believe that when they kill people during war, they will give them, if they have been killed even, they will give them 7 virgins. Yeah, maybe they don't even have one. So don't you think those people we like to go to their heaven where they give them 7 virgins? So I think it's high time the pastors, especially this 2023, we shouldn't miss it. According to Peter Obi, if you miss this one, even Obasanjo said it, if you miss this one, sorry. So the pastor should come out to tell them, since Tinubu believe that with a Muslim ticket, he will win. Let the Christians tell him that they are not majority in any way more than the Christians. We should come outside to say, with Muslim ticket, you cannot win Tinubu. Let's see. I'm an obedient, and I'm very proud to be one. So, and I want to say something, please. If you can help me to make this, canvas this. Aisha Yusuf, I read something about her, saying that the youth and the diasporas can make it possible for the change we are clamoring for. Yes, I subscribe to that. I have somebody in the US. He has been very helpful to the family. And I know only that person can pull 12 persons to vote for Peter Obi, which I know is the only way forward after the election. If all diasporas, Nigerian diasporas, come out to make at least 12 persons vote for Peter Obi, Obi will win. He will win without anything. That man, that Emmanuel, saying all these things, I think is a tool from the APC or the PDP. So we should be very mindful of what they say in this Naija Watch. Not everybody is following this trend, this new movement. Some are here, they are being paid to cause commotions. And if you notice anybody that, you just block that person. Don't let that person hear his view. And this is time we should tell our pastors they have right to command so many persons. Like somebody said, that some people listen to their pastors more than their father. Some women listen to their pastor more than their husbands at home. So why the pastor not use that platform to tell them that, we are responsible for being quiet. You know what? When people quiet, you give room to evil people to triumph. The politicians who have been giving us this wickedness for 20 years now, they are not 20% of the people. So I think the pastor should come out boldly. Don't say it. Don't use parable. Since Tinubu could not use parable to choose his Muslim ticket for the APC, which are leading us now and showing us some level of wickedness, I think it's high time we come out to tell them that we've been quiet for so long. Now we want to change the status quo. All Christians, come out and vote for your faith. Don't vote for a Muslim person. You should be bold to say it. If you cannot say it, that means you are not even defending your religion. Say it as it is. Come out and vote. Any Christian that vote against Christian shouldn't be a Christian. Just go to a Muslim and let us know that you are a Muslim. So that's my little contribution now. So let maybe other person can have one or two things to say. But we should be mindful of those people coming here to give us a contradictory opinion. They should go to where they practice their Muslim there, not come to Niger Watch. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Walter. It's good to have you here. I hope to see more of you. We have a newspaper review Monday to Saturdays, 10 a.m. Nigerian time, all through to 11 a.m. Nigerian time. And we have Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for our midday broadcast, the charts, where we talk on issues like this, issues that things that happens, in our Nigerian sphere. We talk about them, the charts. And then we have Monday to Thursday discussions, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Yes, on this broadcast, on this platform. And every Friday we have our debates. You don't want to miss any of those programs. You don't want to miss any of our lineups. They're power packed. They're power packed, as you know. So welcome to Niger Watch. It's good to have you here. Please stick around.
Thank you.
Miss Ima.
All right, but nice. Please, I'll come back to you. Please, just 1 minute, guys. Please, let's do the needful by liking this broadcast, sharing this broadcast, inviting someone onto this broadcast again, guys. Let's like this broadcast. Over there, the comment section to the right, you have the dollar sign. Please support us. Any currency is acceptable, guys. Please do not forget, nothing is so little and nothing is definitely too much. Please support us always. Hey, okay, Mute, what's up? How you doing? Okay, Mr. says we should leave religion out of our politics. All right, better nice.
Yeah, thank you again. This is just a message for Johnson Emmanuel. I just want to let you understand. I just want to let you remember. I hope you remember the story when that religious man comes to Jesus. When they ask Jesus, Master, can we continue to pay tax? Then Jesus now asks them, who is the head that is in that morning that is with you? Which head is that? Then they now told him that is the head of Caesar. So Jesus told them, he said, give what belongs to Caesar, and give what belongs to God. So Jesus was talking in parable, meaning that you need to do the things of the earth and do the things of the kingdom of God. So ask God for wisdom, so you will be understanding what Jesus is always talking about. Thanks.
All right, yeah, welcome. I also wanted to take this comment that says, Mr. Mori, I wanted to read this comment from Anthony that says, it is a miracle now to travel from Lagos to Onitsha. Honestly, Anthony, are you in Nigeria? I'd like to know if you're in Nigeria. Please respond to this. I really would like to know, because bro, I feel you 100% on that. That's like the faith. So, brother, nice. I asked every other person but you. Do you think the church has a place in politics?
Yes, now they have a very big role to play in politics. That's the mistake. Many churches, they are even the people that keep their members in a dark place for many decades. Because many pastors, they don't even have the wisdom of God. They don't even have the spirit to translate anything that Jesus spoke about on earth. That's the reason why. If they have the spirit to discern the things that Jesus always talk about, Jesus always encourage people to participate in everything. What he said you should respect the authority. Jesus always talk about those things. You understand? So all those pastors that always tell their member don't participate on politics, is the things of the world, they have been making a lot of mistakes. If you don't change the condition of your country, definitely when you elect wrong person, that situation is still going to get to you, because you live on this earth. You understand? So that is what the people don't understand for many years. In many ministries, they are still living in ignorance. They have to read their Bible, ask for the Spirit of God to teach them what Jesus always spoke about when he was on earth. You understand? He always encouraged people to participate in things that concerning this earthly, and still keep your faith, and still do the things that concern your that belongs to God. You know, but this pastors here, if it comes to politics, they'll say no, that one is for the devils, it's for the Satan. Christians don't need to mix with pagans or unbelievers. They were trying to, they condemn a lot of things concerning the IQ of the Christians for a long time. But I hope now many pastors now God is now opening their spiritual eyes to see that the moment you you don't encourage your people to fight for good governance in your country, that situation is going to affect the church. They need to understand. The church has a big role to play, because you understand, you see what Bible said. It said, if good person is in power, the people will rejoice. If you elect wrong person in the power, the people will mourn. You understand? So it's Bible that speaks all those things. You need to participate and elect right people in power. People that can give you freedom to worship your God. People that can secure your life so that terrorists will not come and kill you in church. Those are the places that churches need to involve in politics. Put this right, because politics affect every sector of our daily life. That's just the truth.
Thank you. Thank you for that, sir.
Hello?
And another thank you to Alexander Gomes. Thank you very much for this donation. I am even more thankful for the footnotes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the footnote. Thank you for realizing our efforts in making sure that we have the right person there and clamoring for the right person. So, yes, all credit, of course, goes to Nigeria Watford. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. This is seen and appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Guys, please, let's do the needful by liking this broadcast. The likes are really, really poor. Please let the lights go. Let it go. Let it go. Please. Please do the needful by liking and also supporting us by clicking on the dollar sign on the right in the comment section. Please do that. Thank you very, very much. All right, Mr. Collins, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Collins, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Now, talking about the church involvement in politics, now that we have all agreed, right, that
Hmm.
the church should participate, the church has a vital role to play in politics. Now, why is it that, I mean, some of these people we have as uh, representatives from the governors, House of Assembly, Senate, all of these people, most of these people, they are people from the church. There are people that, I mean, look at Osibanjo, the vice president, the current vice president. He is even a pastor in the church. He's been an active member. He's been uh, doing all of these things. But when you get to the place of when you get to okay, let me not use Osibanjo because it looks like because of the place of the vice president in Nigeria is his ends are actually tied. But you have others in Senate. Yes, I mean we know them. These people did not just grow up on the street. These people were once church people too. Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, but they get there and they begin to misbehave. Now you will expect that as a spiritual father, you would, like, okay, call your son to order. Are you not checkmating their own activities? Call your son to order and ask him what he's doing about this, why this is going on, what kind of laws are they passing? Hear what the people are saying. I mean, we don't, I'm not sure that happens. If it does, then I think some people would have their acts together. I really don't know if I've been able to express myself rightly to you.
I
So did you get the
understand what you're
question?
saying. I
Okay.
understand.
So why do you think that is so? Since we know that um, 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 Christians being involved in politics is very vital. So what is the place of spiritual fathers, the pastors? What are they doing when they release their sons or when their sons goes into politics? Why can't they talk to them? Because these are the same people that go back home to make all these donations.
Yeah, let me start from somewhere. Like the last person said here. I think the church have a very big role to play when it comes to politics. Anybody that is telling you that church don't have any role to play, that person is deceiving themselves. It's just that in Nigeria, because of the way Christians religion are being practiced and the way Christianity are being practiced in Nigeria, church have a very big say. Anybody that and there is no part of this world that religion don't play. Religion play very well. If you look at in America, last few months ago, there was a law that was passed in America. I think the Christians then really the church played a very good role when it comes to that law being passed, because then the Christians there play a very good role in that for that law being passed. So anybody telling you that Christian or maybe church don't have any role to play in politics, that person is deceiving himself. I'm talking about most of our leaders are Christians. You don't need to blame them. Most of them, being politicians, have their own selfish interests while they are there. They don't even care which religion they come from. It's the same thing in America. There are some Democrats who support something that other Christianity don't even agree with, but they still went ahead and passed the bill. There are some other Republicans who don't believe in what they just still went ahead and passed the bill. So, but when it comes, I'm just happy that the most people I do blame very well when it comes to religion in Nigeria and what is happening, like the other man said here, is our leaders in the church, because they fail to play, they fail to say what they're supposed to say because of one thing or the other. Because when they start speaking, a lot of Nigerians listen to their pastors more than any other person. People can kill because of what pastor told them. People can fast from month to month because of what their pastor told them. So if our pastors is speaking up like before or keep speaking like what is happening, okay, look at what happened in
Suleiman.
Owo, what happened in Owo, what happened in Sokoto, all those kind of a thing. If I thought that our religion leaders are speaking up about it, trust me, the government will do something about it. But because of they are not speaking something about it, imagine if that thing that happened or like all these leaders we have, all the whole bishop, all the whole Daddy GO, all these people, they come out and speak something. Trust me, government will do something about it. But because of them fail to do their job, that is why you see our government leaders are taking advantage of it. Now, but thank God that most of them have started to waking up, because now it's beginning to affect a lot of their members, because when it affects their members, it affects them. It also affects their own pulse too. So because if a member is not realizing money, I don't think that person will come to church next Sunday. So now it's also beginning to affect them. That is why I see people coming out to speak. Now, another thing again, why I said that religion have a lot of things to play when it comes to this election. I saw a video that was a man that is in Kwara State. He was very bold and coming out to speak and say that all the whole Muslims should vote for Muslims, vote for Tinubu and Tinubu and Shetima. So if a man can come out and speak boldly in the Kwara State, I think all these our pastors should come out, all these that are using parables to speaking to their members. You call out as if the way it is, come out and said, vote for Peter Obi and that. Nobody's coming to kill you. Nobody's going to say it because he said it, because they are saying it to themselves. So if a man can come out and say it, you should also say it. For here I am now, my pastor, who is my pastor, don't use parable to speak to me who I'm going to vote. He always say, Collins, if you have your relation back home, tell them to vote Peter Obi, and that is it. You call it the way it is. So we should come out, because this election is no longer a religion thing. If they want to take it to religion, you fight them by that. So for me, I don't see why, as a Christian, you shouldn't be proud to be able to be voted. As in, if anybody telling you that you shouldn't bring out religion into politics, say that person is just deceiving he or herself. When it comes to religion, when it comes to voting pattern, it's been happening in Nigeria from day one. People have been voting pattern by religion. It's not today. It doesn't start today. It's been starting from a long time. People are voting through religion pattern. So if anybody telling you that religion pattern don't matter this time, it matters even this time is where religion pattern. Voting by religion now matters more than any other thing. Even matters more than tribe now, because I think that is what is going to play. So if anybody telling you that you shouldn't vote because maybe no, now if for me, looking at the whole thing, if I look at the whole box,
Mr. Collins, please wrap up your submission so other people will
okay,
speak,
if I
please.
look at the whole box, because why I should be a Christian to vote for Peter Obi, because if you look at the whole candidate, I think I'm doing the right thing by voting for Peter Obi because they are the right people putting in there. So if in the PDP maybe they have a Christian who is also very right, or they have a Muslim who is also very right, you vote for the right people. And if you know the right people to vote, you know the right people to vote. So I don't see any problem people voting by religion or voting by anywhere. So that's
All
my own
right.
contribution.
Thank you for that, Mr. Collins. We have a couple of comments here. Before I proceed, guys, please like this broadcast, like this broadcast, share, invite someone on to this broadcast. Anthony is of the opinion that Pastor Adeboye should ask to Sibanjo to resign and tender an unreserved apology to Nigerians because APC fielded Osibanjo as VP to deceive Nigeria into voting for them. Mr. Pansat, do you agree with this?
Yes, could you repeat that last sentence, please, Miss Emma?
The last sentence would be fielded Osibanjo as VP to deceive Nigeria into voting for them.
Okay. Yes, they were doing the Muslim Christian thing. So the deceiver in that case was Buhari and his supporters, and they did manage to deceive gullible people who wanted to be deceived because Buhari was a known phenomenon. Ask yourself, why would the Southeast, for example, they voted for Yaradua and so many other Northerners, but in Buhari's case, they gave him less than 5%. Buhari was a known phenomenon. Those people claiming to have been deceived are liars. They know better. They knew better. And they put this country in a big mess. I mean, it's not a small thing. We would have been far gone. Jonathan was no saint, that's true. He's a minority that accidentally found himself in power, but we know he's a gentleman and he's a Democrat. And he was doing the best that he could at the time. And he should have been allowed to complete his tenure and then pass the baton over to the next best, somebody better than he was. And somebody younger, somebody better than he was. In a country where things work well, that would have been the result. So no, the Buhari was cobbled together by international and local Nigerian tricksters, and they managed to put him in power. Let me use this time to greet Mr. Alexander Gomez. He should be known by now in the forums that he goes, and he supports a lot of forums. Of course, he could afford it. He has over a dozen medical doctors working under him here in the United States. He's a friend of mine. I would also like to invite him to come on this platform just for a minute, because I do have a question for him. His position on the polity in the country. He hasn't made it very clear. I really, if you don't mind, Emma, if you could extend your invitation, or if he applies. Alexander, I want you to come on here, so I have a question for you. I will reserve part of my time to do that. So I will give you back the time now. If Alexander comes, then I'll reclaim my time.
Actually, Mr. Pastor, you have exhausted your time already. But,
oh my goodness. Okay.
But yeah, the link has been posted again. If he's still watching, so we're going to have him on here. All right, I'll move to Mr. Omori. Mr. Omori. All right, Mr. Walter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked earlier.
Can you hear me, Ma?
Okay, Mr.
Hello,
Walter,
Hello.
just a minute, Mr. Walter.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Mori. Yes, I can hear you. So I asked
Okay.
earlier that
Yeah.
if the place of the church has been agreed upon that it is crucial in Nigerian politics or in politics, so to say. So what happens when we have these people go into they get to seat of power and they begin to misbehave? Is this not one of the perks of having the church involved? So the church can call to order. So is it only when they get into politics that they do not regard their pastors anymore?
Okay.
Or do you
That is
think the pastors are even too relaxed and they're not hitting the nail on its head, calling out whoever for fear of leaving the church or, getting angry and disconnecting themselves? What do you think is the reason why we still have this bad eggs out there in politics?
okay. Thank you. That's a very brilliant question. Uh, I don't know. It's gonna. I have a bit of analysis to give. You said the Bible says, "Not everybody that calls me Lord, Lord." You know, some people call me Lord, 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 but they don't. I don't even know them. He says some people will come on that day and say, "Lord, Master, did I not cast away demons in your name? Did I not preach the gospel in your name? Did I not heal the sick in your name?" But he will say to them, "Get away from me, for I know you workers of iniquity." The same way, maybe we'll do offering and tithe after this session, because Brother Nice just give a wonderful sermon. I'm giving you another one today. The next session should be maybe offering and tithe, so that we can have some money in our pocket today. So having said that, you see, depends on the motive of doing what you do. The same reason why some people, some Christians go into politics and mess up. It's also the same reason why you see some activists when they are on the side of criticism, they could be very vibrant. They could, they could kill for the masses. They are people oriented. As soon as they get in there, you see them singing a different tune. I give you a vivid example from my state. Oshamole, only God kept me alive that I'm not there today. I could sneak out from my village without my parents doing it. As young as I was, you see, there's virtually no protest Oshamole did I wasn't part of. I could do anything for. I so believe in that man. Like, oh, I wish you could have this one as a president. But look at what he did. As soon as he was given 8 years in Edo, he joined the League of Billionaires. Today he was telling, he joined the League of Billionaires telling a woman, go and die. A widow. So, see, this is the same reason. And you were talking about Osinbajo earlier. In fairness to that man, I think that man would have, if Osinbajo was on the ballot today, and honestly, I would be here supporting Peter Obi. I have to be honest with you. That man is one man that we are needing. It's one man who would love to be our president. Maybe people don't get it right. They say he's the vice president. Look at what is happening. The administration, the position of the vice president, constitutionally, he cannot perform. There is a way you can be in power without having the authority of that office to exhibit what you really stand for. You could imagine there was a time the president was out of the country, was sick. You could see the drastic action that man took. That was where they gave him the name of the Star Boy. You could see action. You could see him dealing with people. But as soon as the president came back, what happened? Every decision made by this gentleman were reversed based on nepotism, based on religion, based on ethnicity. So that man is one man. See, he is a man of a very few words. He doesn't say much, but that guy knows exactly what he is doing. If you see what he did in Lagos State as Attorney General, he transformed the judicial system within a twinkle of an eye. So I wanted that man to come on national level to repeat what he did in Lagos. So that man is one man we are missing in this political campaign. People will not understand that the position of the vice president is just like a spare tire in a vehicle. You don't remember your spare tire until your main tire is flat. People will say, why does he not resign? Come
Mr.
on.
Murray,
Sir.
today I have a friendly fire for you because of that last statement you made. A lot of people say that. I also like Osinbajo. I don't know him very well. I don't appreciate the fact that he was sitting there and the country is going to hell. But the question I have for you from what you just said, that if he was on the ballot, that I agree that it would have been more challenging for a young man to make, especially if you're from the Southwest. But you have a P2B who we understand now is somebody who doesn't waste government resources. He doesn't play tribal politics. He has gone around the whole world studying the problems that be there for the country. He looked at the Asian tigers and looked at, since he left office, he's been assiduously working hard to find out how to solve the problem. So you have somebody who's not extravagant, who's respectful, who is not flashy. You have somebody who's achieved a lot in business. You have somebody, capable. Somebody who's governed the state and achieved results, especially in education and otherwise, and things like that. So why then would you make that statement? What is it that, just for me, basically, why would you choose Vice President Osibajo over P2B? Why?
Okay.
Mr.
Thank you, sir.
Pansat, no, Mr. Pansat, Mr. Mori, please, I don't want us to delve into politics. That's very extensive. By
Yeah,
5
very simple
p.m.,
answer. I have a very simple answer for
that
him.
will be going on. Okay, but please,
No,
let's
1
not
second
get
is okay.
digressed.
Less than a second is okay for me to answer. He came up with a very brilliant question, but he was merely emphasizing what I said. I made a conditional statement. If and only if Osibajo was there, if the APC had a vision to bring Osibajo on board, the narrative would have been different today. I said, but we are here supporting Obi because Osibajo is not there. So we are mainly saying the same thing. He just made a question of emphasis. He was just emphasizing what I said. I made a conditional statement. If Osibajo was there, but Osibajo is not here.
I accept that
All
question.
right.
Thank you. We'll have that discussion, though. It's an interesting one.
I'm always interested, man. I'm always ready.
I know you are.
All right, gentlemen.
We have come a long way, sir. So
I have,
yeah.
Mr. Omori, thank you for your submission. Please.
Yeah, I'm not done. Mr. Emmanuel, my beloved brother, I don't know how old he is. I don't know religion. It doesn't matter how old. It doesn't matter his religion. He's always here. I think he's spending a lot of data too, either from his pocket or he's being supported by somebody. But each time you come here, those of us here are not paid. We are not representing. We are not sell out. So if you have time to come here, use your time judiciously. I mean, to have a report, a more meaningful, a more educative, conversation. I don't know what you mean by it's only respecting Naija Watch. If we're not respecting Naija Watch, what you do have done? Can you come and
Mr. Omori, we need to move on, please.
Yeah, let him come and what does that mean? He will be doing Naija Watch more favor to come here and hear his opinion so that people can learn.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Mr. Chooks, welcome to this broadcast.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, Mr. Chooks, it's good to have you here. Welcome to the broadcast. I'll get back to you in another 3 minutes. Okay?
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Walter.
I want to disagree with you. Said something about Adeboye asking Osibajo to apologize to the people.
Yes.
I think if there's any word in arithmetic, I say 101%. I think it's 101% right in saying that, because I voted for Buhari.
No, that's not him. That somebody suggested that. I think that was from Anthony that says that Adeboye should tell Osibajo to resign and apologize to Nigerians.
That person,
Yes.
if I know that person, I will give him 1 million thumbs up. That means we still have some Nigerians who thinks. Do you know I have a great respect for Osibajo before? Like what the last speaker just said. He turned Lagos, he did this, he did that, he did that. For crying out loud, Osibajo is a professor of law. As a professor in law. So if anybody is going to school now, he's expecting people like Osibajo to lecture him about law. Then what will Osibajo tell people now? That in his watch, we recorded more killings. In his watch, more corruption. In his watch, everything from top really went to bottom, according to the president. I will not blame Buhari as much as I will blame Osibajo. Buhari, you cannot say Buhari is a master degree holder even in law or in anything. But Osinbajo is a professor of law. So as for today now, if I have a child, I cannot send him to a law school in Nigeria after seeing what Osinbajo did to this country. If Osinbajo is really an honorable man, forget his religion first. You are teaching people against judiciary, against for judiciary, for everything. Now you went there as a vice president. Somebody said the office of the vice president is passive, is this, is that. Why can't you resign? If Osinbajo has resigned today, no blame will go with his name. Whether you like it or not, 10 years to come, if you said during the Buhari tenure, they were mass killing, they were this, all the nonsense he has written in gold, you cannot remove the name of Osinbajo, a professor of law. So Osinbajo should be more blamed, should have more of the blame. If something is not good, why can't you just watch, like even in the Bible said, Pontius Pilate, he doesn't want to kill Jesus Christ. But the people said, free Barabbas, persecute Christ, kill Christ, the head of Christ. What did Pilate did? He said, I didn't say anything wrong in what Christ did, though. He said, but if I must do what you said, he asked for water and he washed his hands. Today is on record that Pontius Pilate washed his hands, but Osinbajo could not wash his hands. So if there is killing today, I pass some blame to a professor of law. A professor, not a lecturer, a professor. That means it's authority in law. They see all what they recorded in your name. Posterity will judge him. So that person who said that person, I gave him 1 million thumbs up. But now, the last thing I just said again, that if Osinbajo comes, he will prefer Osinbajo to Obi. I didn't see that coming because Obi has been tested as a governor for 8 years. And he has many things to say. I'm from Delta. But all what Obi said, he will tell you, go and verify. My submission here that if anybody, you cannot verify anybody, please don't vote to that person. Don't vote to that person. Osinbajo cannot ask people to verify his 8 years now. So many things went wrong under the watch of Osinbajo. He could not say anything because he has been corrupted. Sorrow is a pastor, but we have so many pastors, and you've talked one thing about people who are Christians. When they get to power, they just forget their identity. It is true. Most people who call Christian today, they are just churchgoers. They are not really Christian. If you are a Christian, you will not throw away your integrity. Your integrity should be your middle name, even not your last name. So Osinbajo is no better. Osinbajo is not better than Obi anyway, anytime. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Walter, thank you for that. And another massive thank you goes to Nosakare. Thank you very much for this thoughtful donation of yours. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so very much. A million thanks will not be enough. It won't even justify, but thank you. This goes along with thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Guys, please support us by liking this broadcast, sharing, inviting someone, also subscribing to our YouTube channel, turning on the notification, and not forgetting to use the dollar sign to the right in the comment section. Please do so, support us. Notwithstanding the currency that you use, everything is accepted. It's accepted, and it's safe and secured. I promise you that also. So please try to support us. Thank you very much, Mr. Chooks. Good to have you on this broadcast.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, and I would like to start with thanking the last speaker. He purposely spoke my mind. I think the first brutality of this government is against I think what's the name of this Muslim people that blocked the road and the military massacred them. That is under the what?
The Shias, the Zaria Shias.
No, the Shia.
Right.
Okay.
Shias of Kaduna.
Oh, we lost him. Okay. All right.
Yeah, sorry, I got some challenges, but I think I'm back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that happened under the watch of Osinbajo. They they went to court. They were granted bail. The court refused. This is still under Osibanjo, and let us not make this mistake of saying the office of vice president is just ceremonial. No, this is the same office Atiku is campaigning today. We had Dino Melaye said a lot about the office of the vice president. I mean, who handles the traders' money? It's Osibanjo. For a professor of law, for a pastor to go out there and start handing money, cash, in this day and age, handing cash over so that there will be no accountability. I mean, anybody standing up for Osibanjo, must question his integrity. I mean, Osibanjo's integrity before supporting him, because as a professor of law, I don't see him, standing, watching all these things happening without saying, "Hey, this is not the right way to go." So when we talk about Osibanjo, his name has been written down in history as one of the worst presidents, 8 years of Nigeria. Except if any other government is gonna come in, that will be.
So, Mr. Chooks, please, I wouldn't want you to pick up from there. We are not talking about the things that Osibanjo has done or hasn't done. Now we are talking about the place of the church in politics. I
Okay.
haven't cited some instances of sometime last week a video surfaced online of the sitting governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade. He made a donation of 25 million naira to a church. The bishop would react to that by saying that he should use the money instead of giving it to the church. He should use the money to go and pay his workers. And sometime 2 weeks ago, a picture surfaced of the APC, both presidential, governorship, and all of that. They had this poster out there, and that poster carried the picture of Pastor Chris Oyakilome's cousin, nephew, Pastor Daysman Oyakilome. And a few days after that happened, Pastor Chris came online and suspended or removed him from the positions that he is holding, and suspended him. He did that. And we're talking about the moves from our clerics. The other day, David Ibiyomi came out to say that, told his members that if you don't vote right this time around, you guys will suffer for another 8 years, and it will not affect me, as you already know. Same also with Anselm Madugoko, said that to his congregants the other Sunday that if you don't vote right, you guys are really going to have it tough this year. So we are like, this is a strong wake up call even in the church. So I'm like, what is your reaction to that? Do you also think that the church has a part to play in politics today?
Okay, thank you for putting me right. Yeah, you see, the main purpose of religion, or to be precise, churches, is to hold anybody, including government, accountable. These are the people, anointed by God, so they say. So they shouldn't be afraid of anybody to speak out when things are not going right. I say what the bishop did was just the right thing. I said it yesterday. Like, it's like they're listening to the thoughts of Mr. Peter Obi. Because he says if we got to change Nigeria, everybody will have to change their ways of life. We have to change the way they do things, because you can't continue to do the same thing and expect different results. The main purpose why these men of God, if so they call themselves, don't speak out is because when you speak out, some big men who comes to your church, some of your church members will be affected. What do I mean by will be affected? Because these people might come from their tribes. These people might be those they look up to get their daily breads. So this is the only reason why they cannot speak out. it is normal. The church has a place. It has its place in politics. You cannot separate religion and politics. It is inseparable. But every one of them have a place. And when you occupy that space, nobody will be against you. The reason why they are not occupying that space in Nigeria, like I said before, is for their own stomach infrastructure. It is not, I mean, even in the Bible, those who read the Bible can still see it where God asks his messengers, who are today we say as pastors, to go out there and speak, go out there and tell the kings. The king, during those days, kings are like presidents today. Okay, so they ask them to go and talk truth to power. So I don't see anything wrong in them, talking truth to power, because that is their job. What concerns church is to see that everybody has a place in the society. Everybody have justice. But when they collude with these people, they end up making, the society, feeling the other way around, which is not supposed to be. So I am saying the church has a place, just like we're discussing Osibanjo. We are discussing Osibanjo because he represents the church in Aso Rock. Why are we talking about a Christian Muslim ticket? At least to have a sense of belonging. But if you're gonna go there to sit and say nothing, because most of the people who voted for APC, they voted because of Osibanjo. They did, hoping that he is a professor of law, one, he is a pastor, that he can say truth to power. And I mean, nobody should make mistake of saying, "Oh, the church don't have a place, or the pastors don't have a place in politics." I think that I will anchor it here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chooks. Mr. Akim, good day to you, sir. How you doing?
Hi, good afternoon to you, Ima. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I only just woke up. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Have you been following, or you'd like a recap?
It's all right. I've been following a little bit, so I think I have a bit of information as to what you guys are talking about.
All right, then, take it away.
Yeah, I think the first part of the Cross River State governor, it's not like I condone what the man did, but I think the society where we are, especially in Nigeria, if you are a clergyman, a pastor, or a bishop, or I don't know what his position is. If someone offer you money, just refuse the money. This public statement that the man came to make, it's not called for. It's like you're looking for some form of trending out there. You don't need it. Do your job, which is refuse the money and then move on. And then I've heard people saying that the church, religious should have a role to play in governance. My sister, see how dangerous it is right now. I want to explain something to you. In some part of Nigeria today, there are now Muslim clerics who are now asking their own followers that they must support a Muslim ticket. That is the danger that we are facing right now in that country. No longer the competence of a leader. We are not talking about supporting somebody because of their religion. Somebody just said just now that Osibanjo is in the Aso Rock representing Christians. That is super wrong. Why do you think Osibanjo is there representing your interests as a Christian? The man is there to carry out a job for every Nigerian, regardless of your religion. His failure is a failure of every Nigeria. It's a failure against every Nigeria, both Christians and Muslims. And if he does well, every Nigeria, including Christians and Muslims, benefits. So we must begin to disintegrate and dissect or take religion completely away from our government. we must begin to accept that if you are good enough, it doesn't matter where you come from, whether you are a northerner or you are a southerner. That is why, for me, a lot of people keep saying it is the time of the South, it is time of the North. I don't believe in those kind of politics. If you are the best person, if you have the capacity, if you can do the job, come out and contest. At every time there's an election process, we must have the best, or everybody from every part of Nigeria must be able to participate. Not because you come from one region or you serve a God, you serve God in a certain way, then that should be what qualifies you to be the president. The idea that the only perfect person today that can govern Nigeria as we speak today is only one man. I don't want to go into those kind of debate at the moment. Time will tell. But when people come out to support a candidate, please stop saying they've been paid off or they've been bought off or they are fighting for their stomach infrastructure. Just as you have your own right to support certain candidate, other people have their own right to make their own choice as well. You might disagree with them. You might not like their choices. It is their right to choose who they want to support, just as you have made your own right. You've made your own choice as well. So we need to stop playing politics the way it is, or stop analyzing politics the way we analyze it these days. Because at the end of the day, the danger will be ahead for us. You will get whatever you plant in the future, because all the seed you see all the division that we have in Nigeria today, it just didn't start today. It's been brewing, it's been coming. So people could not bear to see Jonathan return power to the North. What happened? The North started planning their own. The North did everything they could do to get Jonathan out of there. What happened? Some people could never support the Northern president, regardless of what he does or he didn't do. So where does it stop? We are going to destroy that country. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Thank you, my sister.
Mr. Kim, let me ask you the same way I've asked every other person. Do you think that the church has a place, or religion? Do you think
No, I don't. No, the church should not have. The church should not have anything to do. It should not have anything at all to do. Look, a pastor or a bishop of church should have one vote, like everybody else. The situation whereby pastors are not saying to people,
it's fine, Mr. I see you, Mr. Walter. I'll get to you. It's fine, Mr. Kim. I just wanted that yes or no answer. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, all right, sir. Okay, Mr. Omori. Mr. Omori, this will be your 1 minute submission.
Okay, thank you. And I want to use the 1 minute for my beloved brother Hakim. I like his days. I like his insight. I like his critical thinking. But then we're talking about politics here. Even in America, where we try to copy our democracy from, in America, I told him the other day, for the sake of equity, fair play, and balance, the Democratic Party deemed it necessary for gender balance. First of all, they went for a lady. Don't forget the other time they went for Hillary Clinton. This time around, they went for a lady as vice, and from a minority, for balance, to create a sense of belonging to those people. Remember Donald Trump? Donald Trump almost became a Christian, moving from church to church. That was why he won in the first tenure. People were like, he's not a Christian, but he's the one singing. He's the one, talking what we want to hear. He's the one talking about our protection. He's the one talking about our relevance. He's the one. That was why the church gave Donald Trump their support. It's not politics. Obama, for example, supporting LGBT. People were even calling him a member, one of them. He just felt, this thing may not be right, but then these are human beings. We cannot allow people to kill them on the street because they're doing what they're doing for certain things they believe in. So it is not politics. It's not because he might not like what they're doing, but then they have to be protected because they're part of the society. So this is politics. So when people take message to them, they protect them. Such message will naturally resonate with such people. So there's no danger in a Christian coming to say to support somebody just the way you said. Everybody has the right to support who they want to support. But in a situation like our situation we are today in Nigeria, considering the the volatility, the situation we are, the critical situation we are. Abiola did that, it was okay. He won. But this time around, looking at the division, looking at the insecurity, looking at the degree level of trust, hate, bitterness, and animosity among the people. There is need for balance, equity, and fair play. Nobody can take away that one from either from the church or from the mosque. No matter how Western you try to be, I always say you cannot be more Catholic than the Pope on this platform. Even the Western nations themselves, they have a way of playing their politics. They try to win every segment. Donald Trump wasn't a Christian, but at the time, people were mistaking him like, oh, this is the person that is representing our interest. Thank you very much. It's everywhere.
Miss Emma, please, I don't want to forget. I just want to quickly reply him, just so I don't forget my train of thought.
Is this Mr. Just Walter?
Please. No, Mr. Hakim.
No, it's not me. It's Hakim.
All right, Mr.
So please, I want to say, Walter is speaking now.
Okay, please, please a minute. Please a minute.
Okay,
let me start with this final submission.
I want to say, anybody who said Christians should not participate, it's not being fair to the Christians. Because one, if you've seen after our killing, massive killing, they've killed several Catholic priests. Nothing. Some of them, if you never dig, you will not even know. Nothing has been said about it. People have been killed. Nothing has been said about it. So when you say we should not be thinking towards people representing your interests, you are not being fair. So start with who started this religious kind of politics. It is the Muslim. They are the one who started it. So when you say we should not be thinking that way, Nigeria will not be. Nigeria is already bad. So let's think so that we can balance it. If you don't think, the next time they will come, they will kill everybody. Nobody will be going to the churches. So I think when you say we shouldn't think, that means you are not being fair to the people the victims of this killing. We should think so that we protect ourselves. We must protect ourselves.
All right.
So let me just hang it there.
All right. Thank you for that. Mr. Kim.
Yeah, my sister. Sorry, my brother, Mr. Mori. I think you've made this comment before, but your comment is I can say it's kind of misrepresenting the situation. The position, the decisions that the Democratic parties make, it's not for equity, fairness, or balance of any kind. It is for basically. It is just purely for votes. So, what are the stronghold of the Democratic Party? Women and the people of color. And so that is why they have to pander to those people to make sure they bring them into the system. So, who are the people that mostly vote for the Republican Party? The evangelicals. So that is why Trump picked Vice President Mike Pence. So it is not because they want to balance it. It is because they want to bring their base into government or into the system.
What is the difference now? What is the difference?
No, you are saying that it is for parity, it's for equity, as if they want to balance something in the country. No, it is for them to appeal to their own base. If you can easily argue that it's almost the same thing that the Tinubu team is doing as well, because most of their votes comes from those Muslim part of the country.
Now, why are you not verifying that for if you say it's okay for Tinubu? It's okay for.
Is that not religious?
No. This is what I'm saying.
Mr.
It is for you to look at the area where you are strong, and then you pick candidate from that area. It is for you to look for area where you are strong, and then you partner your policies towards that area. That is what they do. It is not about being fair to everybody in there. It is about how do you win. That is it. How do you win?
All right. Thank you for that. I'll move on to. I'll move on to Mr. Panzer.
Thank you. By the way, fellow panelists, it's a good discussion, and our hostess is doing a great job. But Mr. Hakim, I've been on panels with you. I don't know if there is a pattern to your disagreements or not, but it seems to me that's a much larger couch to your disagreement. You know, if you look at some of, like it's a fairy tale to say the kind of things you say. You know, it's like a pure Jeffersonian democracy, where just pure idealistic, romance, myth, legend, fantasy, right? So let's deal with the issue of religion and government.
Mr. Pansa,
Yeah, yes, sir.
Mr. Pastor, I'm sorry, you don't have that time to deal with any issue. This is where you
No,
give
no,
your
no, I
submission
wanted to touch on the
in 20
government.
seconds.
Yeah, government, and it's not, we copied our constitution from the United States, for example, and they have what they call establishment clause. It's actually removing government from churches, from religion. It's not removing religion from church. What they call over there, over here in the United States, the First Amendment, that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. That is the first part of it, right? Which is called establishment clause. So government cannot establish and say, hey, this is the religion of the state, right? So government doesn't take sides. But the government it cannot. The second part of that is that it's called the free exercise clause. So government protects the atheist, protects the juju worshipper. So there's equal protection clause, and then there is the establishment clause. There's nowhere in that constitution where it says that religion cannot participate in government. There's nothing like that. It's actually the contrary. The government cannot participate in religion. So that's one. But on a practical level, I said earlier before you came.
Mr. Pansat.
Yes. Could I conclude with that?
Okay. Yes. Please.
I was saying that the debate and something that is very much on the ballot this time, religion is on the ballot, Christianity is on the ballot, but not the tenets. All right? There's nothing, if somebody says, hey, look, if you don't believe in the Lord, don't vote for him. Nobody, I'm not going to support something like that. But as citizens of our country, regions, which is synonymous with religion, okay? If you say the North, you're talking about Muslims. If you say the South, you're talking about, for example, in Kaduna, do you know that over 52% of Kaduna residents are Christians, but they're still being violated and relegated to second-class citizens? Every day they're getting killed. Is that because we don't care? Is that because Igbos don't care about that? Yorubas don't care about that? These guys, for the last 7 years, have been slaughtered, killed. They're the majority in Kaduna, believe it or not. So it's annoying when intelligent Nigerians, okay, especially in diaspora and otherwise, educated Nigerians, we are one. We have an enemy out there, non-Nigerians, Europeans, white people. Instead of us coming together and create a beautiful Africa with beautiful Nigeria and make it right, something that's dependent on morals.
All right, Mr. Pansat.
That's sorry, that's all I can say. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Pansat. Thank you to each and every one of you that has been on this broadcast, to my more than amazing panelists. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being here in the morning and here. And, we have another broadcast by 5 p.m. today. So thank you to each and every one of you that is always here. Thank you to Jacob D. Welcome to this broadcast. Rita Adams, Unstoppable. What is the topic? Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Let's start from here. And I see some other people are just in now. Okay. This is it. Whew. First of all, Madam Rita, let's start by letting you know that we have this program, The Chat, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday by 1 p.m. Nigerian time, all through to 3 p.m. Nigerian time, where we talk about issues in the country of the regular news topic. Today, we are talking about the what's happening in the church. The other day, sometime last week, Ben Ayade, the governor of Calabar, of Cross River State, Ben Ayade, donated the sum of 25 million naira to a church. And the bishop came out immediately to thank him for the generous donation, but told him to use the money and pay salaries instead. And I'll say, still last week, okay, no problem, ma. So sometime last week, Pastor Chris Oyakilome's cousin, Pastor Dayman Oyakilome, had his picture with the APC presidential candidates, governorship, and all of that. And he didn't distance himself from that. He didn't distance himself from that. So Pastor Chris came out a couple of days later and suspended him from church activities and also removed him from the positions he held as a church. That's like a gesture to distance the church from whatever ties he has with this political party. And also we have David Ibiomi. Father Vita, you won't allow me to finish this submission, no? And David Ibiomi of Salvation Army came out to tell his congregation that if you don't vote right, you people will say we, you say me, I will not, the suffering will not affect me, but it is you people that the government will deal with. So make sure you vote right. And also Anselm Adboko said that to his congregation. So I'm saying these pastors are speaking up now. What could be the problem? Is it because of the situation in the country right now, and everybody just knows that enough is enough, and now is the time to act? Because I don't see where pastors turn down donations. Yeah, that's what we are talking about. We are talking about the place of the church in politics. Why we have people opposing and people agreeing. So that's it. That's it. Okay, thank you for being here. All right, thank you for being here. Justin Emmanuel, Jonoche, thank you. I'm sorry, I don't have expo to give you for tonight for this evening's broadcast. Come early, come early. Tracy, thank you for being here. Thank you to each and every one of you. The list just keeps going on and on and on. Thank you. I'll see you guys later in the evening by 5 p.m. Please do not forget to tune in. Please, I can't even afford to accept anyone into the studio again. We've come to the close of uh of today's broadcast. Brother Nice. Brother
Yeah,
Nice, you're giving us our closing remark. I had to wait for you to be the last person for this. So
I was
please.
I was I was almost sleeping because the discussion was heated. I said this one I have to relax. So but the Pastor Chris nephew, Pastor Chris placed him in a spiritual rehabilitation. So easy. So for yeah, we have come to the end of the show. I encourage Nigerians, let's continue to speak. Let's encourage our people back home to vote for the right candidates, and let's vote for Peter Obi. Thank you so very much.
All right, thank you for that, Brother Nice. Thank you to Johnson Emmanuel. One love to you, to Jacob D. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you, guys. Cheers to life. I'll see you in the evening. Please do not forget to turn out for newspaper review 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Nigerian time. Please keep a date with me and do not forget our other lineup for programs. We have Monday to Thursday with your favorite girl Kachi at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, and you have the debate every Friday with Mr. Niger Watch himself. You don't want to miss out on any of this. And you have the chat where we talk about just about anything. Guys, shared this before. If you have a story you'd like for us to bring up out here, please do the needful by reaching us out with every information possible, everything that will be needed to carry your story. Please reach out to us on all of our social media platforms. We would oblige you gladly. Now, that being said, thank you guys. Do not forget to do something nice for someone. Plant a smile on somebody's face. Oh, guys, please like this broadcast. So I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. on newspaper review. Until then, stay well.
Oh,
Bye
Ima.
for now. All right, sir. Bye.